Early in the morning,
Guys, it's 10 to 1 in the morning. I've got a wedding tomorrow to get to. I've got to leave at like 9 AM. I've got to record this video. I've got to edit it. I've got a lot to do. I had to get this video out because the episode was so wild. I don't even know where to start, but I ain't even gonna do my introduction. Let's just get straight into this video, guys. Let's go. Now, guys, I don't even know where to start, man. I really don't know where to start. What you're gonna witness here is a masterclass in objectivity, because I'm gonna be praising people and I'm gonna be slamming the same people, and I could do it in the same sentence. Yeah. So if you suck off Scott, click off now. If you are a ride or die beg to Whitney, you can click off now as well, to be fair, which is a lot of people, you know. And this is gonna be hard for me to say, man, because Whitney categorically is a top 5 Islander of all time to me, by far. Yeah, her and Tyreek have instantly hit the top 5. But my exact same criticism I have of Tyreek, yeah, I have of Whitney. And it has been confirmed in today's episode. They both think they're always right. And it's a trait I don't appreciate in both of them. I love both of them, but you're not always right. And Whitney, even though I think Whitney's been set up, I do believe Whitney's been set up, she can still control the narrative. And today's episode, I thought she came across bad in today's episode, if I'm being real. Now, I know a lot of you stans ain't gonna like that, yeah, because you're too biased, but you're allowed your opinion. It's okay, you know, you're allowed to love off Whitney no matter what she does. I love Whitney as a character. I think she's a great person. I really can't wait to potentially interview her when she comes out. But today's episode was not a good look for Whitney. I think, again, like Tyreek here, it's great to be honest. I'll give you the exact same credit I give Tyreek. Tyreek, you're honest, you're transparent, you're real. Whitney, you're honest, you're transparent, you're real. But there's a time and a place, and the way you deliver some of the things you say, it's just not a good look. Like, I don't think she's smug. I don't think she's smug as a person. But I can see why people would say that, genuinely. Because some of the comments she made about, oh, that's why the public voted me. I know you lot thought that on Twitter. I went on Twitter. Everyone's like, oh yeah, you go Whitney. Yeah, that comment was sick. Look at all the memes like, oh. And I was thinking that comment came out like you looked arrogant to me. I'm not gonna lie, you came across as arrogant to me with that comment. And I felt like Whitney is very good at dishing it out, but this episode suggests that she's not great at taking it. You understand? So yeah, I need to get that off my chest real quick before you lot start coming for me, this, that, and the other. Remember what I just told you. She is top 5 of all time. So don't think I'm hating, even though I do think she's been set up. But anyway, let's start from the top. Let me try and get through this. Molly and Zach speak, guys, yeah? And this Zach brother, what did I say the other day? The guy's vocabulary, the guy's compliment range is so limited. The guy is slow, fam. Genuinely, the guy is slow. He pulls Molly, and the first thing he says is, Molly, you look beautiful. Fuck that. Yeah? Miss me with the stupid lines of, you look nice, you look beautiful, you look nice. Fam, come with something different. It's just, I'm getting bored of it. You got no game. It's actually so ironic here. I'm so glad I clocked it earlier. So did Davey. Clocked it early. The man's got no game. Anyway, he basically says he wants to start listening more. I don't want to, my problem was I'm hearing, but I'm not listening. And the guy still ain't listening. Because she even said to him, but I didn't even want that. All those little things would have been nice. And he claps back. He's like, no, but I wanted to give you space. This, that. And then she's like, and he just claps back at her. And he's like, then he's like, you know what? You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And it's like, bro, do you want to make this work or not? So I don't know. Whatever. They squashed it. And it's funny, you know, because me and a friend of mine, we actually created a new handshake yesterday at work. I've never had a handshake with no one in my life. It's actually really cute, bestie stuff. I like the little handshake that they did at the end there. Scott and Abby speak, and they're just talking about how they're closer. And Scott was basically saying, you know, if I felt that there was feelings there for Mitch, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't pursue you. I wouldn't pursue this. And basically, that was the theme of the episode today. It was a mad beef between Whitney and Ella. I'm not impressed with Whitney in that beef. Oh my days, I'm not impressed. Not impressed at all, man. I can't. This is a low light for me, man. It really hurts my soul. Yeah, like the Catherine one, I'm over it now. We move on. It is what it is. Today's episode really hurt my soul for Whitney. It's tight still. But either way, that was one of the themes. And then Scott's beef with Mitch. That whole friction was another theme. Sammy and Ty speak about Abby, and again, Tyreek, this guy, you don't have to, you're not always right, bro. The way I see it, yeah, is Abby was bitter. I believe Abby was bitter, yeah? But 3 or 4 days down the line, after this whole Mitch and Abby beef, I don't think she still has feelings for my man. I said it yesterday, I think I said it the day before yesterday. The bitterness is still there, but I don't think she wants Mitch back. You know what I'm saying? Because of the alleged disrespect that he's done. Bearing in mind, this girl is such a clown. She can't even see that this all started because of her. This is her fault. But in her eyes, Mitch has disrespected her. She's the victim. She's the innocent one. She's sitting there talking to Whitney throughout the episode, talking about, oh yeah, you know, it's already happened once. You know, I've already been disrespected. Shut up, man. Honestly, I'm so sick of this. People, you lot are all victims. You lot really are all victims. And honestly, Lord, protect me from fake friends like them ones in the villa. All of them. And you know, all the fakeness in there from Jess as well. Jess is fake. I think, in fact, Sammy, you know what, yeah, I was thinking this the other day, I didn't even want to say it because it's kind of embarrassing. Outside of the way Sammy moves with women, I actually like him, innit? He's actually grown on me still, I can't lie. I used to cuss this guy out, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? Maybe 2 weeks ago. But it's the way he deals with women. His game playing with women, I don't like it, I dislike, I don't respect it. But who he is as a person, I actually think I would get on with well Sammy. I think he's quite jokes. But anyway, sorry, I've gone off on a bit of a tangent. But basically, Tyreek here starts banging on about trying to give his opinion there, talking about yeah, Scott don't like Abby. He's upset. Tyreek is obsessed with Scott. I don't really understand his specific beef with Scott, and you can see it in the preview for tomorrow's episode. He kept trying to draw out Scott and talking about him like, oh yeah, you know, I feel like Abby isn't over Mitch. How can you turn off your feelings in 3 days? How can you turn, fam, 3 days, isn't everyone preaching that 3 days, 1 day in the villa is a lot, let alone 3? If you've been up beefing someone for 3 days, of course your feelings can turn off. So Tyreek, you're way off for that one. And yeah, and Tyreek's just constantly worried about Scott. It's weird. Anyway, the next morning comes around and everyone's just reflecting on their journeys. Whitney, Ella and Abby are discussing how Ty got tamed and this, that and the other and all this. Ella brings Ty food and yeah, in front of Sam and Jess, and they just, fam, Sammy, they start discussing the possibility of Sammy being in love. Oh my days. Like, drop me out, bro. Drop me out. Miss me with that. Because in the same episode, yeah, mere 10 minutes later, they're talking about, Locken and Sammy are talking about closing off. And Sammy's like, yeah, I'm nearly there, but I'm quite there, but I'm not there yet. I need to make sure everything's right. What? So you're flirting with the idea that you may love the girl. I mean, to be fair, Ella was the one kind of pushing that narrative a little bit more. He was kind of saying, yeah, I really like her, blah, blah, blah. But you were flirting with the idea of falling in love with Jess, but you won't even close it with her. Guys, come and see trash. Yeah, come and see how mad men are. Yeah, and it's true. I've preached this my whole life, yeah. A man can love you and cheat on you. A man can love you and not want to be with you. Like, a man can love you and it still not be enough. You understand? So it's a mad thing. Now, obviously, don't get me wrong, he doesn't love Jess at all in the slightest. You know what I'm saying? They'll be done as soon as the Love Island's done. But deep it. They're flirting with the idea of love. And then he won't close it off. Come on. Anyway, let's just get straight into the challenge, because if I'm being honest with you guys, I'm kind of pissed off because I watched this whole episode, yeah, at work on my break, yeah, made notes with a flipping Sharpie, fam, yeah, with a Sharpie, all blurry and shit, all smudged on 4 A4 piece of paper, and I left it at work. So I'm kind of pissed off because I had to watch it on the way back again, make a few more notes, but I've missed out a lot of stuff, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just want to get this done, but there's a lot of things I do want to discuss because it's a bit mad now. Fuck's sake. Oh, it's fucking Anyway, the challenge comes around, yeah, and I think they said that the most argumentative, Ty, Ella, eat that, man, just hold that. You literally are the most argumentative, if not Jess and Sammy. But I swear, guys, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm sorry. These lot are all soft. I'm sorry, 100% of people, Tyreek included, Whitney included, you lot are soft. You lot can't take it. You can't take the heat. You can't take the criticism. You're all so great at dishing it out. Tyreek, you're the best at dishing it out. Whitney, you're the best at dishing it out. You lot are soft when it comes to receiving it. You can't receive it. You can't let it go without having to snip a bite back. You have to bite back. And Tyreek wastes no time. Everyone voted for Tyreek basically, and Scott tried to say the same thing, and he's like, yeah, and then Tyreek goes, oh, at least I've got someone that I care about. And I'm thinking, what was that about? Like, what? At the end of the day, yeah, Scott and Abby, are they both each other's sloppy seconds? Yeah, they are. You know, they're the battle of the losers. They both just coupled up because they had to. But at the end of the day, yeah, a lot of people have got a lot of vim for them when they're actually only a new couple. So they're clearly in the getting to know stage. Not to mention, Abby was the one that actually cut my man off. So at what point did the narrative switch where Abby now likes Scott the most and Scott's the one that's not interested? I don't really get what's happening here, and this is what I'm saying. All these lot are fake, and they've been waiting for the moment, yeah. Like they're all buddy, pretend fake friends, yeah, in the villa, and they wait for games to really unload and empty clips on each other. It's actually madness. Now, the least sexual compatibility, a lot of people voted for Whitney and Lochan. I wanted to agree with that, but we've seen as an audience, I've seen them kiss a lot in bed. So I don't necessarily know if I agree with that, bearing in mind Scott and Abby are a new couple. I don't really get that, man. I mean, in terms of sexual compatibility, in terms of the way they look, like appearance-wise, I don't really see them together. I stand on that. To this day, I still don't really see them together. I don't know. I felt like I don't really necessarily feel like that's true. However, and this is where Whitney again, and Zach, I've got to big up Zach for this, because all you lot really thought this comment ate, and I actually disagree. I disagree completely. I don't think this comment was it slapped like that. Because everyone's like talking about Whitney and Lochan, you're the least compatible. And Whitney, because she can't take it, she can give it, she can't take it, she had to say, that's why the public, or what did she say? That's the publicly don't think so, or something like that, yeah. I just thought that was like, the whole smug thing, I think it's a setup still. I do think it's a setup. I feel like from the moment they actually initially announced who the most popular couple was, something in my gut was telling me this is going to be the beginning of their downfall. And wow, I don't think this is their downfall, but I mean, this is certainly the beginning. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't like that comment from Whitney when she said, that's clear. I can't remember exactly what she said. She said something along the lines of, that's clearly not what the public thought. And again, a lot of people thought, yay, slay Whitney, slay queen, you know, she doing her thing. But me, I disagree. I thought that comment, if we're going to use the word smug, we can use the word smug. I thought that comment came across as smug. And I like the way Zach actually wheeled that back later when it came to the smug, like, voting, and used that against her. But at the same time, I don't actually think they're a smug couple. I don't really think that, and I do think it was a cop-out to vote them as the smuggest couple, if I'm being real. In fact, did they get the most vote? I think Zach and Molly got voted a lot as well, to be fair. We'll get into it. So I don't necessarily think they're the smuggest couple, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Whitney doesn't always think she's always right. As in, always. So you can take that for whatever you want. You can call it arrogant, you can call it smug, you can call it obnoxious, whatever you want. You can, whatever word, whatever adjective, or whatever the word is you want to describe that, you can use that, yeah? But does Whitney always think she's right? Yeah, she does. And that's a trait that I don't really appreciate. Same as Tyreek. I just think a lot of the defensive qualities you lot have thrown at everyone else, Whitney has also displayed, especially in today's episode. Now, I've missed some of, I'll be honest with you, I've missed some of them because I didn't want to watch the whole damn episode again and make notes again. It's long for man. So I think I missed some. I'm gonna miss some. I wrote down the head turn one. Who's the most likely to get their head turn? I think this is where Scott basically shades Mitch. And listen, fam, I'll be honest with you, it's very difficult to recite this without the notes that I originally had. But let me just generalise, yeah? You lot, yeah, that were blowing off Scott, blowing him, riding him, Scott's a victim, Scott's being bullied, Ofcom, oh my God, please, Ofcom, Scott's being bullied, yeah? Yeah, all them people there, them weird ass people that complain to Ofcom about shit, that's madness to me. I couldn't even tell you what Ofcom really is. What's their number? What's their contact details? You think man's gonna look for that? Man deals with real world problems, you know, like real life. The people that complain to Ofcom, you lot are bored, genuinely bored. Like, you must not live in the real world to be complaining to Ofcom, sorry. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, I just had to get that out because the whole Ofcom thing is a joke thing. But anyway, let me just generalise. Scott was the one that came for them first. Yeah, Scott came first. So I'm sure I saw bare people talking about, Scott's found his voice because he's just defending himself. Yeah, he's just defending himself. Yeah, he claps back. He's never the clapper. He's always the clappee. Nah, brother. Yeah, nah, brethren. This guy here came for Mitch today. He was gunning for man, basically saying, yeah, you flopped Mitch. Trey Songz thing, I took your gal. Yeah, one of them ones. Neighbours know my name type shit. He said, we all let you go for Abby because we felt sorry for you. You've been single for weeks. What? Not Scott sitting here saying that. Not lonely Singleton Scott who got rejected by Catherine and Abby before then Abby circled back and spun the block and came back. Not the same Scott, bro. Not the same Scott. Oh, I've been bullied. Oh, I've been bullied. I'm being bullied. Yeah? Not the same Scott, surely. Surely, surely, surely. Do me a favour. The guy literally came for Mitch's neck. And don't get me wrong, loved it. Absolute quality. Beautiful TV. Scott, I'm actually here for it. It's what it is. Now you got Mitch clapping back basically saying, yeah, that you got my sloppy seconds. The only reason you two are together is because I didn't want her. Now the thing is, Mitch, I agree with you, but that would have been 100% true if you didn't crawl back to Abby with your dick in between your legs like a sideman. Trying to do up Bruce Jenner to Caitlyn Jenner type shit, walking in with no dick, you're dickless now. Coming in, talking to Abby about, yeah, I want you back. You're a clown for that. So I think both of them are spot on, yeah? Mitch, you eventually longed off Abby, or you started longing off Abby and pushed her to Scott's arms, but then you went back. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're both right. They're both right. Mitch, Scott kind of took your gal, but it's because you allowed him to, because you went for another gal. You understand? So they're both right, they're both wrong, but at the end of the day, yeah, they were all coming for each other, and God forbid, like, this ain't friendship, guys. The way these lot were talking about each other and talking to each other, these lot ain't friends. Let's get to the smug one. The smuggest couple. Guys, this is how it's a setup. Because when have we ever really, maybe once, I'm sure, you Love Island historians, you let me know, because as soon as this show finishes, I forget all about it. I forget about the rules, I forget the names of contestants. Maya Jama's the only one I remember, do you know what I'm saying? Because she's Maya Jama. But first things first, when have we ever been told who the favourite couple is, right? When have we ever had the question of who's the smuggest couple? Now again, I could be wrong. I don't know, innit? I'm just saying, I don't remember in all my years of watching Love Island, yeah? I don't remember hearing that. So for you to empower Whitney and Locks, to then put that question in the next game, after giving them the power to dump a couple, I don't like that. You understand? And I do believe it's a setup. But at the end of the day, yeah, setup or not, that doesn't change the way Whitney's actually behaved and the things she said and how she said it. And it could be interpreted as smug. And I can't sit here and lie to you. And you're gonna get all the people, you're gonna get all the Whitney stans who just obviously, who empathise with her, see themselves in Whitney the same way I see myself in Ty. Oh, how can you call Whitney? Whitney didn't like that comment at all. Is she allowed to be unhappy with that comment? Wholeheartedly, yeah? Wholeheartedly. But is this not the very same Whitney that has said multiple times in multiple games, it's just a game? Oh, Whitney, oh, today's episode, oh, Whitney, this is a game designed for me. A game designed for me, guys. Oh, it's a real game, I'm real, I'm truthful, it's a game designed for me. Huh? A game designed for you, it's just a game, but yet you took it to heart. What can I say, guys? Come on, darling, what's going on here? So, she didn't like the smug comment, understandably so, it's not really nice. But at the end of the day, I don't think people were calling her smug necessarily. I think they were just saying smug couple. And then I suppose it's one and the same, splitting hairs. But I like the way Zach actually said that. He said, I'll be honest with you, you literally said, that comment you made about 5 minutes ago, that kind of came across as smug, you know what I'm saying? And I completely agree with that. Maybe, I wouldn't have used the word smug, but whatever, you can pick and choose whatever word you want. Zach and Molly get a few votes. And this is how, fam, Jess is fake, bro. Jess is fake. And I didn't realize until now. Because the first evidence of Jess being fake is what happened in this scene right here. And the next evidence is later in the episode where Tyreek and Ella are walking past. They say hi, Tyreek and Ella both say hi back. They actually say hi back, but they just continue walking. They just didn't join them. And Ella's sitting there, Jess goes, what? Do you think they're unhappy because they didn't get voted the best in the villa? And I thought, what? You're fake. You're literally, as in Jess, you're so fake. Anyway, circling back here, everyone voted for Zach and Molly as the least, not compatible, but the least likely to be together, because obviously Zach from Southeast, come on, big up, from the South, from the dirty South, and she's from Cunch. So, fine, they all took that on the chin, no problem. They even voted for themselves. I give them credit for that, they even voted for themselves. And then you've got Jess here, a minute afterwards, when it came to the smug comment, basically saying, yeah, you know, we voted for you guys because you lot are too perfect. You know, you just go about, you're always together, you're joint at the hip, and I think it's just too good to be true. What? Didn't you just say in the very last round that the reason they work together so well is because opposites attract and this, that and the other, and you know, he's from Southeast and you, but it works well. But then straight away you're now saying it's too good to be true. Now you lot are fake, I'm sorry, yeah. Like, anyway, Scott and Mitch beef, and he basically said I took your gal after you fumbled, and he's still talking about sloppy seconds, and anyway, listen, it's long. And then, guys, the game's finished, right? And then the next scene you see Whitney saying, oh, Ella, are you serious? I've been waiting about the shower. I had seen the preview already, so I had an inkling about them having a beef, obviously. But I just thought that was so unnecessary. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. I'll be honest, I'm really interested to see how my fellow content creators have perceived Whitney in this episode. Like, I'm genuinely intrigued. You know, I love all the difference in opinions. I love all my fellow content creators. I wasn't the biggest fan of her in this episode, so I'm going to be intrigued to see what my friends think as well. You know, it all basically stemmed from the shower, but it kind of stemmed from the smug comment because Ella and Tyreek basically called them smug in the game. And obviously, I don't know, man. In the same breath as their opinion, do I think it was right? I don't really know. But at the end of the day, yeah, all I know is Whitney's just so good at dishing it, man. She's so good at dishing it, and today she couldn't take it, unfortunately. And then basically, they're in the makeup room, and like Whitney, I think she made a comment about being smug. Oh yeah, that's it. Whitney says, oh, okay, well since we got voted the most smug, I'm just gonna be that way then, or something like that. And Ella was like, bro, like chill. Why are you so mad, innit? Why are you so salty type thing? And Whitney had the audacity to say to Ella, I know selfish people. You are one of the most selfish people I have ever met in my life. Guys, I hate to say this. Whitney needs to go where? In the bin. Because bro, what she said to Ella, yeah, is absolutely disgraceful. And she's chatting complete shit, by the way. Like Whitney was actually chatting shit. Like I couldn't believe what I was hearing now. Bearing in mind, yeah, I love Whitney, but guys, she was wassing. I literally couldn't believe it. Like again, Whitney, I love your honesty. It was brutal. In fact, it was beautiful. It was brutally beautiful. Exactly. You and Ty are cut from the same cloth, but it's the exact same criticism I'll say about Ty. The timing was horrible, to be honest. You know, I think to say that in front of people, to say it with such vim in front of people was shocking. And to talk to your friend like that is disgusting. If I'm being completely honest with you, disgusting. But the point is, they're not friends. You don't talk to your bestie like that. I'm sorry. Now I use the word bestie lightly. They might be besties in there now, but they've known each other for 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So, but you don't talk to your friend like that. None of my friends will talk to me like that. If they want to hold me accountable, you're going to hold me accountable. You're not going to question my character. You're not going to say I'm one of the most selfish people, self-absorbed people you've ever met. Are you dumb? Oh, no. Whitney was completely out of pocket in that one. And don't get me wrong, brilliant TV. As in, I was literally choking. I was like, oh my days, this is fantastic. This season has just been mad. It's genuinely been mad. But guys, that was foul behaviour from Whitney, if I'm being honest. And again, I'll be intrigued to see what the comment section say, but I'm telling you what it is. So it is what it is. You would never speak to your friend like that, and it was just poor behaviour. Anyway, this is where like Tyreek and Ella are obviously a bit sour about this. Everyone's the night time comes, and as Fred says, the night time is the right time. Yeah, and it was the right time tonight because it was the right time to get into beef, boy. It was crazy. Abby and Mitch start talking, and they're trying to clear the air, the whole Ella B situation, blah blah blah. And then Abby's just basically furious that people still think that she likes Mitch. Now, I don't think you like Mitch anymore, but I still think you were bitter about him, for sure. And she basically says, they're trying to squash it. And she says, respectfully, I never will I come near you again in my life. The disrespect you showed me, the way you've behaved. Abby, what are you talking about? You know what? I'm not going to let this girl stress me. It's flipping 1:15 in the damn morning. I ain't got time to be stressed by this bitch, man. Honestly, respectfully, man. I'm sorry. But whatever. Whitney then chats to Ella, and it's so mad. Ella literally came on a humble thing. She was smiling, speaking softly, saying like, Whitney, I'll be honest, it hurt me that comment actually hurt me. It really felt like you were coming from my character. I wouldn't speak to a friend like that. And Whitney, fam, what did she say? I can't believe what she said. Fam, what was the line that she said, guys? I forgot, I didn't write it down. She basically said, she flat out said, I meant every word I said, essentially. She was like, she said I was being completely honest or something along the lines of that, but I'm not doing it justice because the way she said it was flat out brutal. Brilliant TV. Thank you so much for entertaining me, Whitney, but God, by golly, was that rude. Oh my days. She basically, Whitney has ultimately just completely cussed her out because the way she spoke to Ella tonight was foul. And like, you never ever speak to a friend in that tone. Now don't get it twisted. If that's how you feel, fine. Ain't no one, again, some of you biased lot, you don't understand. You're allowed to have an opinion. Shit, you're even allowed to express your opinion. But it's how you deliver it. And Whitney failed miserably today. Failed. And she came across as rude. And the whole, like, if this is a setup, like I believe it is, by the producers, it looks like they might win. Fuck me, Fiat 500. And the rest of them, the Facebook mums, it's peak, boy. Get me, it's peak still, it's peak. But ultimately, Whitney just didn't like the smug comment. She thought, why would you say that as a friend? Why would a friend in a challenge say that I'm smug? The very same line that you say, it's just a challenge. Whitney, you said that multiple times. It's just a challenge. Yeah, but when it comes to you, it's not just a challenge, right? Right. So why would a friend call their friend the most selfish person they've ever met in their life because they jumped in the shower because of you? Before you, sorry. Whitney didn't come with any other ammo or any other examples beyond the shower and the smug comment. She came for a gal's character and had no ammo to back it up. But hopefully, you know, I want Tyreek and Ella to win, but if they don't, I would love Whitney to win, boy. I would love Whitney to win still. So I really hope this don't damage her PR like that. But tomorrow night, we've got more beef between Scott and Tyreek. Some of you lot in my comment section have definitely been saying that Tyreek's got a boner for fucking Scott from time. And yeah, it's so true. But anyway, guys, I need to go to bed, man. Peace. Let me know your thoughts.